when you take USA out, the next would, in my heart, would be Canada, of course. Even though now I love Canada better than USA. Yeah, I didn't want to be rushed to come back to my home country. I didn't want that situation. Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted a country that at least after school I can decide to stay back and work for a while, maybe for years before I come back to my home country. Because in Canada, I applied to almost 50 supervisors. I wrote to
50
almost
schools.
50. Yes.
Wow.
And you know, mostly when you are writing to supervisors, you need to align your objectives to theirs.
It took a lot of determination, hard work, perseverance just to come to Canada. And I know you touch a little bit on the scholarship. I watched a couple of your videos and you're a big advocate for scholarships, and you yourself were able to obtain some scholarship. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about and the process that you went through to obtain these scholarships?
Out of the 20 applicants that we selected for this interview, you are the first person. I mean, I have friends who are first-class students but still struggling with this. Wow. It's just because they don't know the right way of doing it, and they don't have somebody to be on them, to coach them, to do the little things. Because you know, in Ghana, even the English language is a problem for us.
Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to Presenting Canada to the World. And today we have our beautiful sister here, Beatrice Agyapong. And Beatrice is currently living in Canada, and she came from Ghana. So today we're going to be interviewing Beatrice to talk about her education in Canada and so far her experience living in Canada. So Beatrice, without any further delay, would you be able to introduce yourself to the audience and where you come from and some of the schools that we have gone to in Ghana?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for opportunity on this platform. Yeah, I'm grateful. Yeah, so my name is Beatrice Agyapong, and I come from Koforidua. I was being born in Koforidua, but I come from Begro in the eastern region. Yeah, so I schooled in Reese Presby Primary School. I did the JHS in the same school. Then I graduated to Ghana Senior High School, where I studied science, then graduated to University of Energy and Natural Resources, where I did my energy engineering course over there, and completed and did my national service at Energy Commission, where I was there for a while, and I had to leave to concentrate on my part-time business. Then I think I moved on to another company. Then from there, I landed to Canada.
Wow. That's amazing. So I guess the question that I'll have usually ask every individual is, why Canada in particular? There's other countries out there. Why did you choose Canada as a destination?
Okay, so why Canada? I would say previously when I wanted to study abroad, I had 4 countries in mind. That is Canada, USA, Sweden, and Australia. Yeah, I love Australia too very much. Maybe someday I will be there. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted for USA. It was because popularly, I mean, everybody wants to be in the USA. Growing up, everybody's okay, America. So I mean, I grew up with it. This kind of addiction with USA. Yeah. So that was the main focus, where whilst I wanted to be in the US, I even had the opportunity to do exchange program over there, even though I got visa denial. Yeah. So USA was something I wanted to travel to go and see the place. Yeah. Then Canada, because when you take USA out, the next would, in my heart, would be Canada, of course. Even though now I love Canada better than USA. Yeah. But previously, it was, when growing up, it was USA first, because that was what I hear everybody talking about. Yeah. And Sweden, because Sweden too, I did my own research and realized that stay back after school. The whole motive was I didn't want to be rushed to come back to my home country. I didn't want that situation. Yes. Okay. So I wanted a country that at least after school, I can decide to stay back and work for a while, maybe for years before I come back to my home country. So that was the whole motive why I chose these countries, because it will enable me to stay back when I graduate after school.
Excellent. Yeah, I think the camera is shaking a little bit, so we might have to stay steady.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
excellent. And what was the application process in terms of coming to Canada? What was the requirement, and what pathway did you choose to come to Canada?
Okay, so the first thing that came in mind was to use the express entry routes.
Okay.
But because I had only BSc degree, I think I contacted an immigration consultant, and he did this course kind of thing for me, and he told me, no, I have low scores. I will have to go and study French and write French and in fact, when you tell a Ghanaian who didn't have this French basis to go and study French and write French exams to pass, in fact, you are joking.
Yeah.
It's a serious thing. Yeah, you are joking. So I realized that no, this is not something I can do. So what are the other alternatives? And he recommended that the other alternatives was to use school to come here.
Okay.
When he did the calculation for me, in fact, I need roughly $35,000 to $45,000 per year to enable me to relocate here or on school and be able to take care of my expenses if I want to come with my husband. Yeah, so I realized that no, that's quite huge amount of money. If I had that money, I would establish business on my own over here.
Right.
So I just decided to find alternatives. Alternative was to either do it on my own or find an agent. Yeah, by then I was still very immature about these agent staffs. Yeah, so I contacted a few of them. I was being introduced by my friends to few of them, and unfortunately, they all disappointed me. They squandered my money, not even the school. They should have even gotten me the school just to say, okay, we got you the school, but there is no funding, but not even the school.
Wow.
And it got to a time some of them were not even picking up my course again. So I was left with no option than to figure out myself however I would do it. Yes, it took me years to get here. It took me years, over 3 years, almost 4 years before finally.
4 years just to get to Canada.
Yeah, just to get to Canada. Yes.
Wow.
Because
so
I do
final draw though. How did you finally break through to get into the schooling system in your application? What was the final draw?
Yeah, so the final draw, yes, I've been applying. At first, I thought I could just apply to the school and the school will just admit me. As simple as that. But from the engineering background, the science background, most of the science courses over here, you need to secure a supervisor first. And this is the trick that I didn't know. So I understood, okay, so this is the reason why I get the schools and I don't get the school, or I don't even hear from them. And sometimes you will get the school, but the kind of fees that comes with it, you cannot pay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I decided to do my own research through YouTube, through Google. Yes, I do ask some friends, but of course they won't give you the direct way of how to go about it. So it always links to, okay, check this link, do this, and yes, we've been doing that over the years, but it wasn't working.
Right.
So I don't know. Sometimes I would say, I wouldn't say luck, because it took hard work. But I would say that by the grace of God and by hard work and by gosh, yes, because in Canada, I applied to almost 50 supervisors. I wrote to almost 50. Yes.
Wow.
And you know, mostly when you are writing to supervisors, you need to align your objectives to theirs. So you can imagine going through each professor's articles, trying to see what they do, what their interests are, what their goals are, and I mean, it's hard work.
Yes.
These are things that people don't share, so we don't know what it takes for somebody to get scholarship to come here.
Wow.
Especially if you don't know what you are doing.
Wow. So it took a lot of determination, hard work, perseverance just to come to Canada. And I know you touch a little bit on the scholarship. I watched a couple of your videos and you're a big advocate for scholarships, and you yourself were able to obtain some scholarship. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about and the process that you went through to obtain these scholarships?
Okay. Yeah, so when I now discovered that I need to get a supervisor if I really, really want to do Canada. I boycotted USA alongside. So now the focus was either Canada or Australia. Yeah, but I wanted to take it one at a time. So I was on Canada first.
Right.
Yeah. So on Canada, now I discovered, yes, I need to get a supervisor. I started writing to supervisors and all that. The annoying aspect is most of them, you will not hear from them. Yes, it's a norm. So if it's happening to you, take it like it's normal. Yeah. Yeah, most of them, and some you will hear from them, but they will tell you they are not accepting graduate students in this term. Yeah, so finally, I got an interview offer, and I had to meet my professor with the other person. There were two. Yeah, so during that interview, I think after the questions back and forth and all that, I asked them, is there any funding available to help me with my research? Because from where I'm coming from, it's very tough to raise that kind of money. $25,000 for school fees and all that is too much. Yeah. So I would like to know if there are funding available. Yes. So that was when they told me that, well, out of the 20 applicants that we selected for this interview, you are the first person. Wow. We can't assure you or guarantee you of anything because we want only 2 researchers.
2 people.
For this department. Yes, for this department. Wow. Yes. So of course, if you are lucky to be picked, then we are going to help you with funding on your research.
Okay.
But nobody is assuring you of anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was what. So I mean, after that, the whole thing was okay. You need to just have faith. And and just be waiting whilst you still keep on following up on the other supervisors you've not heard from them, so that God forbid if this one does not work, it doesn't put the whole journey to an end. Yeah.
Wow. So then what actually happened then? How did the scholarship, out of this 25 or 20 people, how did you get selected and what was the process about?
Yeah. So 3 weeks time, in fact, if you are hungry, they said the lion that is chasing you determines your speed.
True.
Yeah, so the kind of situation I was in that time, in fact, it was not like I have options. I need to go. I was at that point of whatever it takes me, I have to go.
Yes.
So in 3 weeks' time, what happened is, the supervisor will definitely email you to schedule the Zoom meeting and all that with you. So I had the email. So I quickly followed up to check up. Oh, I have not heard from the school yet. I've not heard from the committee or the department yet. Is there anything that I need to do? I still should keep waiting and all that. So that was the email I sent to them, and within a week I have not heard from them. So in 2 weeks time, it means 4 weeks to 5 weeks. After 5 weeks, I was then sent an email. Congratulations, the team, the department has accepted to do research with you and help you with your research through funding. Yeah, so that email stated funding, but I didn't state how much it's going to be. Right. So you can go along to put in application for the course you pay.
Wow. But you did end up receiving some funding.
Yes, I received funding. So the funding, mine came with the admission. So the admission came with the funding I was going to receive.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So then the process that you have gone through now, if anybody is watching you now, what would be your advice for them, or what would be your encouraging words to them in terms of individuals that would like to follow your footsteps and also use the educational component to come to Canada?
Okay, so I will advise each undergraduate student who is looking for such an opportunity, first of all, be determined, be prayerful. If you know a journey from the beginning, it becomes easier. So know that, okay, this is a tough journey, but I'm going to sail through it.
Right.
If you want an easy one, then seek for scholarships, which are the open ones, those that like they do advertise them, like the Chevening scholarships and all those kind of scholarships. Those ones are a bit easier because you just apply, they will accept you, they will call you for an interview. But if you want the supervisor approach, which fine, it looks easier because of course, if you are able to get a supervisor, there is some assurance that of course you will get part of funding or full funding.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a route that a lot of people will not want to go through because they don't want stress.
Right.
Yeah, so that was the whole motive why we introduced this. I've been advertising this training, Be Blessed Scholarship class. Yeah, that was the whole motive why we introduced that. Well, there are some people who are, I have friends who are first class students but still struggling with this. Wow. It's just because they don't know the right way of doing it, and they don't have somebody to be on them, to coach them, to do the little things. Because in Ghana, even the English language is a problem for us.
But Ghana is an English-speaking country.
Yes, we are an English-speaking country, but some of us, the grammar, the errors, in fact, a whole lot. Especially those of us who didn't go to the Monzoris and all those kind of schools. In fact, we struggle. We can speak them easily, but when it comes to writing them, we do a lot of mistakes.
Wow.
Yeah, so assuming you want a scholarship worth $60,000.
Right.
You are competing with Canadians, you are competing with Americans.
Right.
Who already, the English is like speaking tree
yes,
in Ghana.
Yes.
For them. And you have submitted an essay or a write-up to a supervisor with so many typographical errors and all that. What do you expect?
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yours will be rejected and theirs will be accepted.
Wow.
So know the journey from the beginning. Know that it's a tough one that you are going to sail through. Excellent. If you have people who have been through this journey before and they can assist you through reading your essays for you, rewriting them for you, even if they can take something and they will do it and do it well for you, please do it.
Go for it.
If you really, really want to sail through, please do it.
Wow.
Yes, if you decide to also do it by yourself, know that it's a process. So don't give up.
Right.
It will work out, but it will take time.
Wow.
There are some people who are lucky, they just apply. Like, for instance, University of Waterloo, they tells you, for science student, they tells you that you can apply and just state in your letter, I would like to work with this supervisor. So they will send your documents to the supervisor. If the supervisor goes through and they love your letters, they love your essays and your application, they will just write you back and accept you.
Wow.
So that is a bit easier. It means that you can still apply for the school without seeking for a supervisor first.
I see.
But the schools that states that you need to secure a supervisor first, it means that if you go ahead and apply, you will not hear from the school. Because you don't take instructions.
I see. So now, moving forward now, you have secured your admission, you've gone through the visa process, and finally, you have landed in Canada to start your education. How was the education system for you, especially in the first year that you were here? How was it for you, and also living in Canada in terms of the culture and everything so far?
Okay, I must say I love it over here. Nice. In fact, yes, the serene environment alone gives me, it doesn't give me headache.
Wow,
yeah,
in Vancouver.
In Vancouver, the serene environment alone. So when classes weren't back and forth, sometimes I just step out just to go and see nice places and take pictures.
Yes.
So that alone is something I have been dreaming of when I was young and watching Cinderella movies and all that. When I see those kind of flowers, toys, nice. So it's like I'm living the dream.
It's good.
Yeah, so I love it.
And how about the school?
When it comes to school, it's a bit tough. I wouldn't say it's easy.
Why is tough?
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. Maybe because of my engineering. Maybe. The reason is when I came here, there are a lot of softwares that they use to do simulations, modeling, and all that. These are softwares I have no knowledge about. It's not like they are teaching you, they expect you to know. So if you don't know, go and do your research, figure it out, and use it to do your projects. Projects are individual. It's not like group or even two for you to ask somebody, how do you have to go up? So you need to figure out all the things by your own. It's like working independently. But in Ghana, I mean, our educational system, most of the time, you can work in twos, you can work in threes. And most of the time, even if a lecturer will introduce a software to you, they walk you through. But here, no. Where you have to go and find your own manual, how to use the software, how to use the software to do your analysis and all that. It was a bit tough for me. Unfortunately for me, I'm the only Black person in my class, even though we are two Blacks in the whole engineering department where I am. Yeah, but the other person is a Nigerian and he's in the second year. So in my class, I am the only Black person.
Wow.
They are all white. And so at first it was a bit difficult for me, I'm not a confident person. I'm that kind of a little timid, shyness, yeah. So to walk to somebody to tell him, okay, I think I don't understand this, teach me, or that it was difficult. Even my first term, there was no lady, so it was all guys. In my second term, you'll be changing courses. Then I got to have some females in my class. And I approach them for them to guide me or go through. They tell me that's why I'm a researcher. The library is there. You can make use of the library. You can read more to understand yourself. They gave me cold responses.
Wow.
A white person, one white guy told me, if it was my supervisor, he would tell you this is not a sensible question to ask.
Okay.
Like, serious.
Yeah, but do you see any truth to that though?
It's not easy. Like in Ghana, I would say you have insulted me.
Yes.
But here they feel, if you are not intelligent, then what are you? You are not sensible. It's two things. Either you are smart or you are not sensible. So for them to say, this is not an intelligent question, then this is not a sensible question to ask. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I have friends in USA, so I've been calling them. So how do you guys do it and all that? And they tell me, well, what you have to do is anything you don't understand, email your supervisor, let them know this is the situation, and you help. They are the only people who can help you, because for your colleagues, if you are not fortunate, they are fortunate. Sometimes they have colleagues who are Blacks, so the Blacks can come together and be working together. But in my situation that you don't have any Black friend among you, you need to, as they have started informing you, you need to figure it out yourself. That's the term they have been using for me always. So now I did my own thing.
But I think just to kind of add to what you're saying, I think sometimes it's the way the questions are phrased, right? Because it's the way that questions are phrased. So you can ask for help, but I think the expectation is that you have done a little bit of research or you have done a little bit of background work, and then you will come in and say, you know what, this is how far I am and I'm kind of stuck here. So how can you help me get to the next level? So I think sometimes it's the way we come outside and ask questions. Exactly. So I think don't take it in a bad way. It's all to help you boost your confidence. And for sure, within a couple of years, you're going to be a pro.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. So that has been the only challenge. Apart from that, everything is cool.
It's good. Yeah. So besides school, though, living in Vancouver is one of the most expensive areas in Canada. How is the adaptation so far outside of school? I mean, you talk about the beautiness, the mountains, and the Cinderella story. How is the living accommodation in Vancouver and the culture overall?
Oh, it's expensive. And my accommodation, even though it's an apartment and I'm sharing with the other colleague, so I am even paying cheaper. The cheaper I'm talking about is $800 per month. That's because my friends are paying 1,000 to 1,005 per apartment. Not like apartment, like it's a single room, but it has everything inside it. I don't know how they call it, whether it's a condo or whatever it is, but it's a single room, but it has everything inside it, and they are paying 1,000 to 1,005 per month for accommodation over here. So the scholarship is good. At least it covers my school fees and it covers my accommodation. But what to eat, you realize that if you do the balancing, no, it will not work. If it is other city, maybe it's my work, because $50,000 is still much. You see, but when you do the calculations, because of Vancouver, the standard of living over here, you realize that if you don't still work, my dear, you cannot save. I started applying for work over here, and I did school. So I started with the school application and I got teaching assistantship.
Nice.
So at first somebody introduced me to farm work. It was, I came during the summertime. So I went to pluck grapes. Is it blueberries? Hey, I was about dying. I went to pluck blueberries. In fact, about 5 baskets, big baskets.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, they gave me $49. I started from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening. And they told me they weighed the thing according to how much I was able to pluck. I didn't eat that day. In fact, I realized, no, I can't do this type of work. No. So that was my first job. I was able to do it for a week and I had to quit. No, this is not for me. And there was so much sun over there where they do the plugging of the blueberries. So much sun. So these people wear like farm clothes with their hats and everything, but I didn't know. So first day, second day, I went with no hat and all that. So I had direct contact with the sun. And in abroad here, if there is sun, then it's extreme. Either you have extreme sun or you have coldness. At that place, there was an extreme sun over there. So I think it's having contact with my skin. In fact, for about 3-4 days, I was very sick.
Wow. Just a quick question that I would like to also plug in is that I know you have found yourself as almost a semi-messiah, preaching about Canada and the ways to go about it and how people could come here. So from your perspective now, if anybody would like to come here, what are some of the programs or some of the outreach that you have that can really help them? And are you available for them?
Okay, so for now, I am only available for the school routes. We are a team of 6 people. So we do coach and train people on how to get scholarships to Canada or other countries. So when it comes to the school route, it wouldn't be only on me. I have other people whom we are all doing it together. But when it comes to the other routes, I think either you get an immigration consultant to help you with it and give you a solid information, or you get a platform like yours who are encouraging and informing people on the current updates happening in Canada. Because I am not doing that aspect. I don't have time that much to do that research on all the other avenues people do use to come here. But when I came here, I saw a mansion being built over here and I saw Ghanaians. They were building. I saw I didn't know they were Ghanaians, but they are black. So when I see the black people, I just greet them. So I just greet them and they asked me saying. So I was surprised. I was like, but how did you know I'm a Ghanaian? He said, your accent. The way, so we realized you are Ghanaian. So I asked them, so how did you guys come here? And they said it's an agency. So I know people used those kind of avenues to come here. So they are building. They came here on 2 years work permits, and that's what they are doing. So our advice, if you get good agency that can be trusted, you can use them. If not, my best advice is use the school routes.
School route, excellent. And what is your long-term plan, though, for Canada? I know you kind of talked about it a little bit earlier in terms of staying after school. What is your long-term plan for Canada and also in Ghana? What is the totality?
Okay, so my long-term plan, I would say that I would love to bring my family over. It's in process.
Okay.
I would love to bring my family over here. I would love to give birth and raise my family over here.
Right.
Maybe when I say Ghana, maybe let's talk about Ghana for maybe 10 years time.
Okay.
I will have a feeling for Ghana, but right now, I don't have any feeling for Ghana at the moment. My family can be there and do things for me, but let me also build my life over, because from the few months I've been here, what I have seen and the kind of money, free monies I've been getting even as a student,
Yeah.
I love it over here. All around, I love it over here. Yes.
Wow. That's really, really amazing.
Yeah, so I would love to go back to build maybe a project in Ghana and all that, but not now. Let's make the manifest.
Yeah. And would you actually encourage people to come to Canada as well, knowing what you know now?
Okay. So what I would say is that, I always believe in destiny.
Yes.
There are some people who are destined to be in Ghana. We can all not be here. So that one. I know a friend who is a banker who takes 12,000 Ghana cedis per month.
Right.
Well, as in my situation here, that money is no money. But way back in Ghana, I think it's good money.
Yes.
And he's doing well. So if you are in such a situation and you are doing well, you have projects giving you avenue, because when we talk about these rich people like the owner of UTV and all that, even though they are in Ghana, but they are making it.
Yes.
See, so it depends on your situation.
Right.
Analyze yourself, know the opportunities available. If you are limited to opportunity, you are limited to options, Canada is for you.
Right.
If you have prayed about it and gotten a sign that you need to travel, Canada is for you.
Yes.
If maybe a prophet has given you, prophesied for you, one day you'll be traveling and all that, Canada is for you.
Okay.
In fact, within few months I've come here, the amount of money I've been able to save. If I was in Ghana, I don't know what kind of work I would have been doing to enable me do that.
Wow, seriously.
So please, as a graduate, don't waste that certificate. Make use of it. If where you are is not giving you enough opportunities to excel, please, dapa, right now.
Okay.
Right? Yes, do it right now, because in Tree language we will say emuede.
Okay. Yeah, so I think as we bring in the interview to an end, what would be your last message to the audience, or what would be your final words?
Yeah, so my final words will be prayers, be prayerful, be determined. There is nothing nobody has been able to do before.
True.
So far as somebody has been able to do it, you over there can also do it.
Yes.
So don't give up. Have faith. And my love to my family, my husband, Derek Alabi, and my family, Agyapong's family. I love you all, and thank you for giving me and supporting me with this opportunity. I will forever be grateful.
Good. And Canada is the land of unlimited opportunity, as my friend Bruce always say. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And as you move along, you're going to encounter a lot of people. I love the multicultural. I like the learning aspect. And as I said, presenting Canada to the world, I really love this country. So, Sister Beatrice, thank you so much for your time. And definitely we're going to connect again.